Hey there, this is Mr. Woodshake. Welcome back, and we are on the second video of our Viking model rocket build. Keep at it. There's a lot of steps, but they're little steps, and when you get done, the reward is great to watch this thing go up in the sky. Hey, last video, we put together our nose cone. We talked about that all of our parts need to stay in our parts bin, not on the table and not floating around. The other thing I didn't mention is you need to clean up after yourself when you're finished. And not like, oh, I just left this out. No, no, no. You need to do it 100%. Mr. Cash and I, we don't do this so we can clean up after people. That's not why. We do this so we can teach them cool skills and technology and make cool things like t-shirts, sweatshirts, and in this case, a rocket. Okay, so I know you guys will be on board with that. All right, so let's check it out and let's see this. In the last video, we built our nose cone, so I've crossed those out. And in this video here, we are going to be working right in this box. And there it is. Okay. So we're going to be just sanding the fins. We won't need a knife to cut them out. They'll usually just pop out just fine without the knife. As a matter of fact, they're hard to keep in there. And then we're going to sand them to make sure they're all even by stacking them together. And that'll get rid of any inconsistencies and make sure that the side that gets glued is nice and flat. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to do 1, then 2, and then 3. So first of all, we have our thing. Now, this is in the last video I told you, hey, keep these together. Try not to let them move out of here. If they did, just put them back in here because we're going to hold them flat. So what we're going to do here is we're going to sand in this direction, the long way of the fins. The reason is because when you sand, it makes like really small, tiny lines in it, and we want those lines to go with the aerodynamics of the rocket. So we're just going to press down on this. You know, put a little pressure on it. And I know it looks like it's cardstock and it's pretty smooth, but this is actually making it a bit smoother. We're going to flip it over now, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Now you see I'm holding it over here, so my hand's blocking it. It's not getting as much sand over here. So maybe alternate every now and again so you can do a better job on the other side. All right, that's good enough. Yeah, those are a little bit smoother. Okay, for the next part, you could use the hobby knife like they showed, but actually all you need to do is just give it a little bit back and forth. Don't go too hard in one direction, and these will pop out just a little bit. And we're only going to be using 4 of these. You can save the 5th one. We're only going to be using 3 of them or 4 of them. That's your choice. We won't be using 5 like I did on mine originally because we don't have a fin guide that helps us glue 5 of them. So you're going to either choose 4 or 3 fins. So now I've popped all of those fins out of there. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to stack them together. I know we're only going to use 4 or 3 of them maybe, but I want you to stack all 5 of them. That way we'll have an extra one in case something happens to one of them. We can just do that. So I'm going to put them all together. Now the problem with these is they have these little pieces where they were actually put together, and we want to get rid of those. Now it's really important that you do this. We're going to stack them flat and make sure they're all stacked together very tight. And so you can see those are all lined up pretty well perfectly. And I'm going to take the sanding block, I'm going to set it here. And again, I don't want these to move, so I'm going to pinch them. And I'm just going to go back and forth. And what I want to do, whoop, got to be careful there. I got to restack them. What I want to do is make sure that I get that little part smooth in the bottom, that little piece that's on there. If that's sticking out, it's not going to glue to the rocket very well. And these are the number1 thing that would fall off if we don't do it right, because these things are under a tremendous amount of aerodynamic stress when they're going through the wind. So I'm going to go back to the other side, and I'm going to smooth those out. Okay, that feels pretty good. And go to this other side. Uh-oh, need to stack them up again. They're getting a little bit crooked. There we go. And there's 4 sides of the fin, so you have to do this to all 4 sides. That's still pretty rough. Oops. Okay. And finally, I'll do this last edge that I haven't done yet. Oh wait, no. I guess it's this one. Put that stacked up. If I did this one, maybe I'll do both of them because I can't remember exactly which one I did. Whoops. So move this down a bit so you can see me better. And there it is. So we're all set, and these fins are looking great. Okay, so there we go, and we are now finished. Finished, get it? Just kidding. We're finished with this step, and this step. Now, on the next video, we'll be marking our tube using a pencil, and we're not going to use a door frame. I have something else for you to use for that. You could use a door frame, but I have something else. So hey, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, you guys.